Hey, what up? There's the old grow box. Time for that makeover. We'll put the new lights. New lights came in. We'll put them up top. Change the slots for the fans. Put 4 slots, one by each light, and we'll put 2 a little bit lower. Right now, the slots are right here, but I'll put them all the way down, about 1 inch from the floor on both sides. So let's take a look at the stuff that we have and just go over everything and why we need each part. So pretty much everything that you'll see here is what you need. We'll go over starting off with right here. Those are the wires. I got 2 of them, the red one and the black one. These are pretty thin. I don't know exactly the gauge form, but it will be the same thickness pretty much as the wires that come with your fans. And this is a little bit thicker wire. This is for the lights, so it has higher resistance and same pretty much thickness that come with the lights. And these are some wire nuts to wire the connections, a timer for the lights. This is a plug, a power adapter for whatever you're adapting or powering. And right here, let's see, this is something that you have to take into consideration right here. Okay, much better. You got to make sure that it's a 12 volt output, and right here the amps is how much you'll be able to power. The way that we're gonna wire the fans, it will be multiplying the amps, not the volts, so I can't go past 1 amp, which is no problem because the fans, look at your fans right here, and you see that it's 12 volts, great, and it's 0.12 amps. So I could put around, I would say 8 or 6, I don't want to go over, of these right here, and we'll be using mostly these small ones. So I know for a fact that these small ones, it doesn't say how many amps on here. What is it at? It just says the voltage. It doesn't tell you how many amps. Looked on the website where I bought them from, still doesn't say the amps, but I know for a fact that they're not past 0.12 amps. So I'll just run these down and we'll be straight. And your lights, of course. We'll go over the lights. Okay, talking about lights, turn that light on. So yeah, make sure that it has enough power to power whatever you're powering, if that makes sense, or puts out enough power to power whatever you're powering. So with this 1 amp, I'll be straight to power enough fans for the job. And the input, and this is what you're plugging it in, the 100 to 240, your wall sockets. So that's regular. This is the only thing you have to worry about is the output. Make sure that is the right output. And I'll get you another adapter just to make sure you see what I'm talking about. Now here's another adapter. This is for my drill. It's Black & Decker, and you see right here, output. You see output. It puts out 22.5 volts, and it's 85 milliamps. So this is too much for these little tiny fans right here. You gotta make sure that you have the right output. So if you have a electronics store or something close to your house, or just get them online, or if you happen to have one around the house and it has the right output, then you're good. So make sure the output, and if it's not the right output, you're either burn the adapter or the fans, and one of the other will not work, and you're just gonna have to go and spend more money. Learn that the hard way. Alright, these are some covers for the fans. So some more fans. These are small ones with some covers for them as well. We'll put this to the side. There's some switches for the fans, so you could turn them on and off without having to unplug them. This is an option You don't have to worry about this. It'll work just great without a switch if you don't have access to switches. So you don't have to stress about the switch. Uh, okay, here's your sockets for the lights. So pretty much this is where you screw the light into and plug it into the power to give it the light, and just get them X amount to fit whatever your needs would be. Just a regular electrical cord from any appliance that's, regular household appliances. If you have an old toaster, TV, radio, fucking hair dryer, whatever it is laying around that you're not using, and then just cut the wires long enough, and that's it. Or you could get them from electronics store. This was 99 cents. I didn't have anything already used from the other grow boxes. Already used all the spare wires around, so I got this for 99 cents. Pretty much it. And we'll wire these together using this to this. And here's the light that came in the mail. Try to get that right here. This is just a little protector right there on there, but 80 watts, and it's quite a bit of LEDs. Tried it out and it's pretty damn powerful, pretty bright. Some electrical tape. If you don't have any electrical tape, duct tape will work just as good, but if you don't have duct tape, then I don't suggest you try using anything else. Go get yourself some electrical tape or duct tape. I know the duct tape will work just as fine as electrical tape, but don't want to use anything else. It won't resist the heat from electricity going through it. You just melt off and you get yourself a hazard. Some pens, markers to mark, some scissors. I'll be cutting some stuff. You don't really need the scissors. If you don't have wire strippers, then scissors will do the job. And a screwdriver for the screws on the fans. Don't really need them. And that's pretty much it right there. With this, damn, 7 minutes. Whew. With this, you'll be able to get everything, the power, your stuff, and I'll edit that 7 minutes down dramatically. So that's pretty much it. Let's get to work. So just the dry fit for the lights, and they'll be pretty good. Oh, it's slipping. Drop it. Don't be that much going down. We'll see exactly how much space that is. Gotta go get the tape measure. Alright, so from the right there to the floor is 19.5 inches, which is not as much as I thought it would be, but it'll do the job. With this, I was just gonna get a sea of green going and just, get as much as I can in small enough of a space, so that'll be just as good. And with these 4 lights, oh my god, I can't wait. Can't wait. So with this, I'll be putting 1 light, and let's see, with 2 lights, there'll be another one there. A little bit closer would be good, and we'll try that out. Okay, so it looks like we got ourselves a problem here. It doesn't fit, so I gotta find a pattern to make them fit. It won't fit side by side. So, like this. Okay. Okay, there we go. So for this offset pattern right here, they all fit. And that's how we're gonna put them. Now I'll just lay out some holes, get everything set first, and we'll get the hose popping. The hose won't be that big. I'll see. I don't know if I should put it all the way up to here, so make some holes that'll fit this, or just poke these through, pull them through, and it'll be this at the base. But then again, that'll take up more space from the 19.5 inches if I do put it through here. So I guess I'll have to put it all the way up through here to get as much space as I can. This option right here of just sticking the hose through is a lot easier. You don't have to get a precise cut and everything. So that way it'll stay a snug fit in there just to make the hole. See how this is a little bit bigger than this right here, circumference wise. So I would just measure to this, and then when I pull it up, it would be a super snug fit as it wedges out. So it's made specifically for that reason. So it's gonna get as snug as it can as it's wedging itself up in there, which is pretty neat. And that's pretty much it for there. We'll start off with that. So I just measured the distance of the center for all of them, and then uh, just redrew the position up top. So that way, looking down pretty much should be the center of the socket. Hopefully 3 works out. And pretty much just put it down, trace it, and you'll have this perfect circumference to get it snug in there. This bottom circumference is the same as the top, just not this little nudge right here that'll get it wedged in. Alright, that's one installed. And this is just a dry fit, just to make sure it's gonna work as planned. Looks like it, yep. So we'll go on to the next one, which is right there. You can see pushing up. Be perfect. Alright, here's with 2. Now notice that these cuts aren't the cleanest, but that's gonna be in my favor. The rough edges are the ones that are gonna curl back up and catch that little rim that we're trying to wedge in here. This one has to be trimmed down a little bit more, but I don't even think so. It should be good. Gotta keep enough space in between so that way this right here doesn't give. That's kind of why I left it like that. But I'll reinforce that with a little bit more cardboard. So cardboard is pretty cool material to work with. Alright, all 4 of them are up here. Take off these little things if you have them. You could keep them on like that and just wire through that, but you won't be able to use the wire nuts. So you gotta take them out. And for the bottom, just have to adjust a few angles. But I don't really care about the angle because it'll be reflecting back down to the plants, so should be no light loss. And it's below the line for this, so we'll be good. And that's 4 of them installed up in there. These 2 right here, they need to be reinforced like I did for these. This is just one piece of plywood, not plywood, cardboard, where the flap goes down. But these right here were super snug and hard to get in, so they're not going anywhere. These, just made sure they weren't going anywhere, and now we'll be good. Now take your wires, the thick one, and cut some strips accordingly, so that way they'll be able to reach out. Cut 4, I'll need 4 more for the positive side. This is for the negative. They're all going to be black, but you'll still be able to see the difference. Now that all the pieces, wires have extensions to them, we'll put the wire nuts on there. They'll cover them up, and they won't have any loose movements. So if you braided it, let me just hold that. Should be able to get on there. Okay, there we go. Nice and tight. Hold these wires together. Okay. And you know your connection will be secure. It won't move around. Alright. That's the one thing. Make sure that the end part that they're sticking up, not one of them sticking to the side, or else they won't catch the thread. But it's fairly easy. And then we'll do the rest of them. Now before we go ahead and wire these together, one thing that you should know, there's 2 ways to connect connectors, say electrical circuits, there's two ways to make a connection. There's series and parallel. And the way that we're going to do it is parallel. And how that works is we're going to put all the negatives together and all the positives together and connect them to one main positive and one main negative. And that would be parallel. And for the series, you don't want to do series because that's the other way where you connect right here, negative to a positive, negative to a positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, and then one end would stay open to the positive, and then the other end will be the negative, going out to the negative. That's not how you want to do it, especially with the fans, because when you do it like that, you're stacking volts and series, and when you're stacking, when you're doing it in parallel, you're stacking amps, and we don't want to mess with the volts. Volts can kill you. Don't want to get a bad shock or whatever. And just get rid of that. We'll start wiring these. So all the negatives. That's why we put the extension so we could reach out all the negatives together. Right here, watching a little Family Feud, and we'll connect those together and do the same thing with the positives. All right. Now you got your two main connections. This would be the negative. Let's connect it to the black ones. All the blacks together. And here, there's another one, and this is the positive. All the whites together. I could say that. Wait, nope, never mind. I'm not even gonna talk about it. For next step is getting your wires together. And with these right here, your regular wires, there should be a mark on here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So the little dash indicates the positive. See, it has a little dash line on there. Or if it's a solid line, whatever line has a marking on there should be your positive. And I say should. Sometimes they are, I don't know, people, manufacturers want to try to be different or whatever, but the one with the marking should be your positive. So we're gonna the reason I cut this a little bit more and stripped it is because it's not as stiff of a wire as this right here, so I'll just wrap it around as much as I can, then put the nut on there. And that's it. Electrical connections for the lights are done. Only thing to do now is to plug it in. I'm not going to plug it in now because I got to tape all these connections just to make sure there's no one like this right here. See, there's a loose strand of wire right here. If there's another one from the other side, let's say positive to negative, it's just going to short it right then and there. So just got to make sure there's nothing like that. Tape everything up and everything will be straight. So I just don't want any stray metal pieces connecting to any other stray metal pieces. Alright, now for the fans. What we're going to do is cut this right here so that way we could strip the wires. And there's usually three, well, some of them come with three, and the third one's for control, for like input. The computer tells the fans to turn on or off, or faster, slower, whatever it may be. These only come with two, positive and negative, and that's what we're going to use. You could just rip out that third one, the blue one, or just leave it on for future use if you happen to get like a speed control or something. The blue one would be the ground. Alright, got the extensions on here. Alright, got the extensions on here to make them long, since these will be on the bottom and they're gonna be on each side, on this side and on the other side. They're gonna have to be quite long to reach each other, the cords. So just put on the other one. Alright, well, we'll just find the other one and put it on there and go ahead and do that. So extensions have been put in, and this is just extension, so no wire nuts for these, since these are really small threads. Use the electrical tape. This is where the electrical tape comes in handy and gives it a nice strong seam. And this would be the end connecting to the other fan and to the power cord, or power adapter. And you're going to want to cut that off too, but we're going to do that all by itself a little bit later. I'm going to want my fans like down here. Let's see, so that's twice as height. I'm going to look on the inside to see how it looks. And the inside in here. Well, it'll be around right there. It's pretty decent. That's how I wanted it. And we'll see. Now here's some more small fans. There's no video for me wiring this because I kind of used these a little bit earlier to make a little dryer box for my harvest. So this is already wired, but it's the same exact thing as the lights. All positives connected together and bunched up in the one main positive lead. All positives bunched up, and all negatives all bunched up in the one lead. All negatives connected together. So you'll have your parallel connections, all negatives and positives leading to two. I don't know why this came off. Let's check that out. But positive and negative. So you're gonna take your adapter and cut off this piece right here. We don't need that. We're not gonna plug this into any female ends. Now that it's cut and stripped, the green one would be your negative, red would be positive. And we'll just connect those and work right away. So the positives and negatives are been connected to the corresponding wire, and we're gonna plug this up, try it out. Should work. Whenever I plug it up for the first time, just to test out the connection, I usually want to use one of these breaker extension. So that way, if something does go wrong and it's a faulty wiring, this right here would blow first instead of everything in the house or in the room. And that's what I usually do. And it's an easy on-off switch if something does go wrong. And let's see, put it in there, and everything's working good. One thing I don't like about these, they are pretty cheap, 99 cents a piece, but they are kind of loud and noisy after a while. And with this one, I didn't install a switch on it because I don't plan on shutting the top lights off. The top fans off. They're gonna be on and off with the lights automatically, and there's gonna be 5 of them. The one that will be getting the switch will be the bottom fans. They'll be on and off control. So I'm gonna lay them out in a pattern like this. Gonna be 2 here, 1 there, and 2 there, and we got 1 on each side down there. So that's 7 fans total. These little tiny fans, 5 of them, I would say would be just as strong as 2 of those. So, you know, I'm not really going overboard with the fans. And these are pretty tiny fans. These are 40 millimeters. So it's tiny. We're almost done. Almost. Fans up top are all in. And one thing I did learn about fans, PC fans, is the side with the rating on there is the side where wind blows. So I try to put this in a direction I want the wind to blow. I don't know if that's true for all fans, but from so far, uh, it's been working. Now, time for the switch. This, like I said earlier, it's an option. You don't have to have a switch. It's like a luxury, I guess, for turning on and off the fan instead of having to unplug and replug the adapter itself. So this just little bypass, 5 seconds to do, and pretty much it works. So we'll go one side. This is for the ground for the light, but we're not gonna use that. So we'll go with one side right here. We'll just put the positive in one end, and then we'll put the positive for the power cord in the other end. And there you go. You got yourself a switch connection. So it's just the same thing as completely connecting it, but you got a disruptor right here that'll turn the power on and off. So for the switch, it's pretty much like that. Positive from the fans, positive from the adapter, and once again, you want to disrupt the current, turning on and off. And this would be the negative, which is around here somewhere. But as you can see, we got ourselves a gaggle fuck of wires. Everything's kind of, in its own place. Still kind of a method to this madness right here. I could still find what I'm looking for. It's just that for now, everything's kind of gaggly fucked, like I said. Yeah, just try to get that. I can't really operate with one hand, but once everything will be done, I'll tape everything down. Everything will be straight, and everything will be good. Just about almost done. Just taping the top part to cover up all the wires and make it look nice and everything. And that gaggle fucker wires is almost hidden. Something I forgot to mention in the parts list is this. You'll need in a power adapter, not power adapter, power strip. So that way, like I was mentioning, with the on off, and we'll turn it on. 1 second. Turn on. Pinky. There we go. This fan right here broke, like I mentioned, they were 99 cents. So probably gonna change that one out, but leave it like this for now. And I could feel the really good breeze coming up through the top with these 5 little fans going through. And I'll turn this on for these fans right here. Okay, so I put them going out. Let's see here. Yep, so I went against what I had said. I remember telling y'all the direction of the info is the direction of outtake or wind. So, should have went with my own little tip. Now that they're switched, turn it on. And yep, you can see got a pretty good breeze. And the wind's hitting it, it's going all over the place since it's bouncing off itself. So I'm really, 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 really happy with this as a far, and we're just gonna put the reflective material up and we'll be done. Whew. What? That's pretty much all of them right there. The total cost for this was around $100. I'm guessing the lights was $60 for the lights. It was $4.99, $5 for the power strip. That was $2.99 each. And you got 2 of those, so that's $6. Those 5 fans, 99 cents a piece. The tape, $1. Power strips, 2 power strips. They were $3 a piece from online. 99 cents for that power cord. $3 for the timer. We're gonna need a timer so we could time everything. Now with this timer, it's a 2-prong for the outlet, but that's no problem. The power strip, it's 3-prong, so it won't be able to fit in here. So what we'll do is this little adapter from the dollar store. Just put this in here. And we'll be able to plug the power strip into here and this into the outlet. And we'll be straight. So that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna put anything in here just now. Fucking psyched up. I'll only put the next generation in here, the 3 series. Put the 3 series in here and see how they do out. It's a fucking really nice breeze in here. Fucking hell. So yep, that's pretty much it right there. Hope this video helped out. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you guys think of the homemade grill box Mark II. That's the old hole. The fan covered up. Oh yeah. Strap these down right here. Light's not hot at all. Fucking LEDs, man. Technology. What a time to be alive, eh? Thanks again for watching.